Hey everyone, summer's here. Welcome to I Totally Love It. My name is Susan, and today I am working on my May Junk Journal Madness Journal. The theme is grungy. My guest collaborator is Tammy from Blue Frou Studio, and summer has started for me. And I hope you're having a great Friday. Last night I was interviewed by Hazel Anaka over on her channel. So go check out. I have it over in my post. It used to be called Community. It's called Post now, but I have the link to her channel, to that video. So if you want to see my mug, you can go over there and check out that interview. It was quite fun. And yeah, so today is my first full day of summer break. I'm excited. And I need to get to finishing my journal because most people are about done with theirs. I'm even behind on watching videos. I've been trying to play catch up as well with that. So let's start with the beginning. Um, like I said, Tammy from Lou Frou Studio is my guest collaborator. And when we spun the wheel, grungy was the winner as the theme. And so I don't even know if I printed these papers out at the beginning of the month. So I went and just printed 2 new ones. And we rolled the die, and we were supposed to include 8 different items. Now, I have made my cover, my signature. I've decorated the cover, and I've done this one page here for junk journal sketches, and that is it. As far as what's in here so far, I know I've made another um, set of items that I can't seem to put my hands on right this second. I'll find them in a little bit. Um, so just in, trying to mark off my items, just in what is in this book right now, I have already used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 items. So, I know people may panic and go, oh, I'll never use that many items. Oh, yeah, you will. The goal is to use different items, and that was one of the ideas behind this whole junk journal madness. We have so many different items, and sometimes we tend to use the same things over and over again. And this is a good list to pull from and get your ideas and go, oh, maybe I want to put a doily in this time, or let me use some index cards. I've got plenty of those. Oh, I forgot I had this. So that's what this is for. And so you will easily surpass the number that is the minimum that, you know, once again, there's no rules in junk journaling. So, but 8 is an easy number to obtain. All right. So that's materials. That's page 2. This document, I'm sure I forgot to mention, is linked below. I will say if you go to it right now, page 1 has been updated, so the date will have changed. I've not changed it in my coffee shop, but it is up there. It is a freebie, but you can click the link below if you use Google and you have a Google Drive where you like to store all your things, like myself. And this just keeps changing. So if you have the link, just refresh your link. You should be able to grab the updated page when it's time. Don't sometimes you don't need to go and do it again. Some people keep the same page and they do different marks every month. So, all right, well, let's move on. So page 3 are items to make. This is a pretty good list, but there are plenty of more items out there to make than this. Sometimes it may be called different on your end than what I call it. So please, feel free to, ask questions, or if you see something missing, let me know. And, it's pretty, like I said, pretty comprehensive as far as what things there are. And this is to get you to not make the same thing because I was doing that. And so I needed to, I like making lists. So this was a great place to store all those thoughts without having to remember what is that called again. And yeah, so that's page 3, items to make. And we need to make 11. I've made 2 paper ruffles. And I put that in the middle, I think last month, something random, LOL. And so, and maybe I should add, decorated page, because we did this, well, I did this for Junk Journal Sketches. It's just a decorated page. There's really no functionality to it. I guess you could journal in here. So maybe that'll be something I add when I do the full update for June. And but for now, I'm just going to highlight something random. And but if you have something that you make, let me know. Like if it's missing, or if you saw someone make something, you can always share the video with me. I have a Facebook group. It's open for everything, in the journal world and the artsy world. So if you see something that we should know, you can put it over there in that Facebook group called Junk Journal Madness. It's linked down below as well. And you can email me, iturlylove.it@gmail.com. That is the name of my channel. And then just add @gmail.com. And make sure you put a title, like on the title, subject, Junk Journal Madness items or something. Sometimes I scroll and I'm looking at the titles and I, try to find things that kind of stick out. So, all right. You can always comment below. So I need to make some things. I know I've made a masterboard. Let's go ahead and highlight that. What did I do with my highlighter? It's up here. Okay. I did make a masterboard at the beginning of the month for Emma's for Monday's Mojo and Masterboard. I did cut it up into tags, and that is what I cannot find. Maybe it's over here in this little stack of stuff. It probably is. Excuse, oh no, no avalanches today. No avalanches. Give the reach. Okay. And something like while looking here. Oh, there it is. Hey, there he is. That's another Tim Holtz. Now I'm gonna call this one a paper doll. Oh, so I did Tim Holtz item, and then we'll call this one guy a paper doll. So if you're just using the paper doll, you could call it paper doll if you're using another Tim Holtz item. So that way you can, check off some things. Okay, I made this journal card. Oh, this was a tag. Just call this a song page. Regular tag. Regular. First thing on the list. Regular tag. I'm gonna call this one a journal card. And I made this for Junk Journal Sketches. This one had a paper clip. We'll just call this I don't want to make that a pocket. That might be a better functioning pocket. So let's call that a pocket, rectangular pocket. But let's go highlight that I used a paper clip on this one and planner paper. Now, some people do this at the very end. I feel like we are at the very end and I am way behind. So you can do this as you go along. I think I've already put painty papers. So if it comes off a jelly print or if it comes off of you just with your paintbrush, it's painty paper. Or if you're soaking up paper, or to use sheet music, digitals, printables, craft paper, cardstock. Let's do that, cardstock. Okay, so now we're at, what was it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 items. And if you use this, note that sometimes I have to double up things because I'm running out of room. And so like up here where it says yarn, fibers, floss, thread, you don't have to use all of those. You can highlight just the one you use. Each one counts individually. But once again, there are no rules in junk journaling. Nobody's policing you. Okay, so we need to make some things. I have leftover masterboard pieces to use. I have items from previous makes. I've got jelly prints. I and I've only made 5 items, so I'm about halfway there. Okay, I am going to be a little chatty today, just because I want to do something different. So I made these in, I think this was March's mass make MS for Mondays. These little envelopes I saw it at Pinterest. It's either last month in April or in March. They're all starting to run together at this point. That might be good for the back of one of these painty papers that's blank. I love that page so much. I probably won't do anything with it. Just love it. This has got a little blue paint on it. What we might do is put a scrap piece of paper and then do a little inking, put that on there. But I have this left over. This is from Amy at Crafty Cat. I believe this was one of her. It's not going to work, is it? I want it to work so bad. We'll have to save him for something else. But I believe this is one of her 50 stack challenge. She's on 6 now, I believe. I think it was like 2 or 3, somewhere in there. She made a freebie. So it could go like that, and then we could open up. Go like that. And then he's on. I guess I could always trim him down. Let's save him. But I do want to put this on there. Maybe we'll find something else to use on there. I think he's just too tall for that. All right, we'll come back to that idea. Hold tight. It may not be something you see today. We did make some pockets. I have this. When I did my masterboard, I put, things underneath to like soak up the paint and whatnot. And I believe this was one of the items. Oh, I used washi tape. Gotta mark that off my list. I'm gonna do it now because I'll forget. Washi tape. You don't even have to print these out if you just download it. Because most people don't have a printer or want to waste paper. Just make a list on a piece of paper or print it one time. And just have it as a reference. I don't think I want it there. I'm indecisive. Okay, let's put it there. Let's put a thumb notch. I know where it is, but it's it's buried. All right. Let's take off. I feel like that's too small. That's the 1 inch. This is the 2 inch. All right, we're gonna put that in there, and I feel like I need to decorate it, embellish it, whatever you want to call the activity where we do that. I gotta move some stuff. I have this little. Most of you have seen this. It's just a composition book. This is where I put my labels. I just had so many. They were just on top of each other. I couldn't see it. It's just tape runners, cheap ones from Amazon, and make sure you put enough because you should be able to restick it. There is Michael's Tombow tape runner. There is a kind of like washi tape where you can pull it off and put it back on. So a lot of those in the front are done with Tombow stuff, and so some of these just didn't have enough, or I've pulled it off so many times trying to use that last month that it just doesn't want to stick now. Okay, so I can't see what I'm trying to decorate. These are all Michelle Junk Journal Studio right here. And that, I feel like I want that one. And you can center it. I like the off center. I like that little paint dot right there. This is not going too far because we're going to be using that again. But these don't need to be difficult decisions to make here. Just find something and put it. All right. Now, because this is, well, number one, it's done on paper. And number two, I put that sticky tape down. You could always thumb it off, but if you did on cardstock, some of these bigger ones could turn into little pockets for even smaller labels or ephemera. Just a thought. The whole point of Junk Journal Madness is to try something new. And it's like grungy. I've never made grungy. I'm kind of, this is Tammy's favorite. This is her go-to theme. If she can make something grungy, she will. And I'm glad it landed on her favorite because I have not actually made anything quite this grungy. I've grunged up some pieces, but I'm glad it landed on this because there's quite a few of us that are making journals for this collaboration, and it's the first time we've done grungy in mass like this. So should he go there, or does he look too much the same? And let's let it dry, Susan, because we've been there and experienced that problem. All right, this looks like a great belly band piece. This was a fun masterboard to make. So if you want to go back and watch the first MS for Mondays for May, where we did, it's always masterboards. This was just book page, paint, and I'll remind those who did watch it, I was using the unbleached titanium instead of gesso because my gesso, you see here, it's almost solid. I just need to maybe get some new stuff. But I'm actually enjoying the unbleached titanium because it's off-white cream color. And then I used a bunch of those labels from Michelle at Junk Journal Studio in addition to book pages. So that was a fun make. Oh, maybe that one. I feel like I need to maybe trim just a bit. And at the bottom, I think I'll do it because I like where it says the girl in the limousine at the top. So yeah, if you haven't checked out that interview with Hazel, check that out. It was episode 6, and you can also go back and check out some of the previous interviews. I've only caught one other one. I need to go back and watch some others. I caught the one where she interviewed Jonna at the preppy crafty girl, or the preppy crafty girl. I think it's the preppy crafty girl. Anyways, I watched her earlier today with Hazel and Carol from Crinkled Path and Angela the Traveling Crafter in the Mission Impossible Makers live. That was fun to watch, and their makes, their different styles. So that was fun. And while I'm waiting for this to dry, Carol is doing Carol at Crinkled Path is doing the Christmas in July swap. The sign up is over on her channel, so make sure you go check that out. I was in the middle of filling out the form, and I got to the part with the dates when we have to mail stuff, and I'm not even sure I will be in town to do all that stuff. So, because we are going to go out of town in July at some point, and I don't know the dates, so I may have to do it next year. So I'm slightly bummed about that, but life will move on. I'll watch everybody else's videos and get a great idea of what I need to do. Okay, we'll have to make something here. I want to add to this. I want to use this flower, but that would bulk up the inside. So what would you put? I mean, I feel like it's pretty cool the way it is, but I want to. All right, I'm gonna think about it because I don't want to just throw something up there. I also have this pocket that I made in, I think this was April's MS for Mondays. I'm sounding like a broken record, I know. But this was the mysteries, I believe. This was just something I saw on think it was Facebook or Instagram, a little video. So go watch that for April. And in fact, that's the same paper. That looks kind of cool on that page. So it's just 1, 2, 3, but if you glue it right, you'll have 4 pockets. I think I'll do that. And washi tape. So, and you can use 2 book pages. I used a book page and this, I call it copy paper, even though it's not white, because that's what it is, just copy paper that's colored. Remember computer paper? But I think get this one Amazon, so this is not old. I got mine at thrift shop, so I think I'm getting my voice back after field day a week ago. I thought I blew out a vocal cord for good, but Wednesday was a half day for kids, and then a bunch of us teachers went out to eat at that point because we were hungry. And then Thursday morning was a half day, and I'm not sure why they do it that way instead of just having us stay the rest of Wednesday and then we're done. But maybe it's a number of days we got to be. It's probably what it is. That's all right. This year, your girl, I was done with my checklist on Wednesday before the students even left. So, yeah, I was excited about that. Room was all packed up. I think when I got there Thursday morning, I found 2 things that didn't get labeled. And so I labeled them, furniture wise. All right. So you can put that guy back there. You kind of lose his. And I feel like that's kind of tight and that's thick. I need something, thinner. All right, let's find a place for this card. And turn it back into a journal card. Nope. Do y'all do that? Y'all like put something, you hum and haw over it? Well, maybe that would look good on a page like that, but not that one because I feel like I need to put that blue envelope there, like here. Oh, there's blue paint there. Maybe that would be better for the blue. And this one would be better as a pocket. I really don't have to ink it up at all. I'm going to tear that little. You're probably like, no, don't do that. Sorry, I did it. It was me. Oh, so I have this. You're probably like, yeah, the whole summer off. I don't. I have a couple days coming up, first week of June, that I agreed to go help with curriculum planning, where we kind of set our calendars and we kind of got all the lesson plans done for the most part. They just probably need some tweaking. The dates need tweaking for this next year. I know some people are probably like, ugh, this is boring, Susan. Okay, well, that's the day in the life of a teacher. Our summers are never fully ours. And then on the 12th, I've got a workshop all day. It's 2 half days. So one in the morning, one in the evening. And hang on, I'm thinking to myself, I'm sorry that you can't hear it. Maybe you're not sorry you can't hear it. I have some. So back in January, I was trying to participate in one more thing. Marley's Design Creative. I think that's her. She has a Facebook group. Anyways, there's challenges over there. And in March, they had this one using her grungy black flowers. And you had to make a certain thing. I think it was an accordion journal. And it was so many pages and whatnot. And I made that. But I never finished it or anything. Anyways, I have that whole little kit of papers. And I'm wondering if I like get some of those papers or something else, and you know, I thought it was like a pocket. Anyways, this is something else completely, but you know, just put it in the background here like that. I think that looks great. And then we still need something there. Okay, but let's do this part, and that's upside down. Yep. Anyway, so June 12th, I have that workshop. And then so we got doctor's appointments in June, dentist appointment on the 3rd of July, and then after that, I'm free pretty much until the end of July. When I need to be back for work, this is where teachers give up some of their summer because we have work days, but they're usually filled with meetings, and you don't have time to um, get all your rooms set up, and you end up stressed trying to finish that. I feel like that is just nobody's going to see it from that side anyways. You're going to glue it. So I'm going to glue the whole thing, you guys. Am I? Can we make it an extra pocket? Let's make it an extra pocket. Or something small. Now to find the center-ish. So yeah, my 2 team partners are going on to other opportunities. 2 years ago that happened. So I've had these 2 for 2 years, and so now I'm looking for a new. Actually, one teacher moved down from 5th grade, and this was sent in Happy Mail. Stick it in there. Okay. We'll put it there to use. She's going to be one of the reading teachers. So we're going from a team of 3 to a team of 4 with 2 teams of 2. And she's going to be the reading teacher, I think, for the other set. And I'm the math teacher for the other set. And I believe we have a new principal. I believe she's hired a new reading teacher. So I think my partner is picked. It's not somebody I know. Like I said, I think it's somebody new. She said she hired her. We're merging 2 campuses. One campus closed, and they're coming over to our campus. But we have, half their kids are coming to our school, and half are going to another school in the town. I like that. I like that with the curve of that. And so I know it's stressful for them because they're leaving all their, comforts of their school. And they're having to merge with ours, but we're also losing a bunch of staff going to other opportunities. And so and of course we're getting a new principal, and all these new teachers. Some of them we know because we've, planned with them and stuff throughout the year and over the years. So yeah, changes for everybody. But sometimes change is a good thing because, like journaling, if you're always doing the same thing, it gets boring. That's kind of like Hazel in the interview pointed out that, some creators have been around a while and they, have a good formula for making a journal, but like they keep doing the same thing over and over again, like they don't change it up. And that can get kind of boring. Like you could lose interest and lose your mojo in what you're doing if you're always doing the same thing. So that's one thing I like about Junk Journal Madness is it changes it up every month. Every month we've got something new. Tracy had us doing that steampunk Halloween back in October, and that was really out of my comfort zone. I had not done either one of those themes, steampunk or Halloween. All right, I forgot to check the time left to record, and my software only lets me record up to 30 minutes at a time, so that's why my videos are usually recorded, so I can edit and put things together. I did add this piece here. Did you see me add that? I'm guessing maybe. And this is just some inky papers from before. I added, this is from Marley's Design Creative, Marley's Creative Designs. That kit, these little like file folder tab pieces. And where's my belly band? I just, some dyed paper there. And then I have this envelope that from one of these playtimes with the paper and the ink. And I was thinking this page and doing like a flip out. And then on this side, I don't know, because that makes like a weird, like if it was a straight cut, you could do a tuck spot. I've tried this before, put glue here, but then you kind of lose space here. So maybe we'll glue it like this, because I do like how the ink reacted with the glue on the flap. Maybe we'll do that and have a little flip out. I think that goes well with this avocado dye paper. We'll just glue this whole flap down. So I was trying to catch up on videos this morning before the Makers Impossible Live, Mission Impossible Live Makers video. That's what it was. So I was trying to catch up with Debbie Reed, caught up on some of her videos for Junk Journal Madness and Junk Journal Sketches. I caught up with some of Maggie and My Scattered Brain and Trish at Crafting Whimsy. Those ladies are doing a great job. I watched Tammy's. She's finished hers. Debbie's finished her journal. Trish and Maggie look like they're close to being done. And I was like, I have got to do some work today. Be perfect for my Friday video. Let's go work on it last night after the interview, but my husband and I sat and watched it again. He said I did a great job. So, okay, I have things. Okay, this is where your list comes in handy. Let me put my pen. It's a brand new bottle of glue, and try not to have to deal with all the stocked up things. Okay. I need to make pockets. I'm not going to count that corner pocket because that was from the digital. I feel like I need to make, because this is things you need to make. Let's see. All these things that I found digging around. Oh, I had one of these little wallet pockets. Could I count that? Yeah, that one's already busy, Susan. So this idea was from Roxy, or Rachel at Roxy Creations, and she called it a wallet. And I really think I need to change the name to reverse wallet because the pockets are on the outside. Because I would think a regular wallet would be the opposite direction. So that might get changed coming up on the next June Junk Journal Madness list. And I hope you join in because the guest collaborator is super excited about the theme. So you take a book page, you fold over the top a little bit, glue it down. The bottom, you're gonna do the same up here, and then you're gonna fold it up and make yourself a little pocket and glue it on the ends. So you got to fold the lip over, before you glue it, fold it up and make it into a pocket, and then fold it in half. And let's find us a page. That is so pretty. I love the green. It's so boring there. Okay. Oh, what about on this little? Oh, you're busy. Well, I might end up using this little, but I don't want to. Don't do it. We already used him. I don't have more little half pages like that. Okay, why don't you just put it here then? I feel like I need to do something with that first. Or we just don't use it at all, but. I'm really, don't do that. I heard you. See, I don't want to cover up the paint. I have a problem with covering up stuff. Who else has that problem? That's pretty. I feel like that's too small for the page. Okay, we'll save that for another project. But you could certainly, make more. You could use jelly prints. I would suggest, though, that you do something to the back because part of it is you're going to see the back side. So, just a thought. Okay, let's make something. It really is hard for me to craft and talk. I'm trying. These are scraps. Jelly prints. Book pages. Okay. Let's see. I have another one of these. Maybe we'll save it in case we need it. I've got just inky paper. Okay, Susan, come on. You can do it. Believe in you. All right, let me get my list here. Let's think of something. Pockets. Multi-pocket item, book page, pocket. I feel like I did that book page pocket. Or do I want to call that book page pocket multi-pocket item? Well, one of them wasn't a book page, so we'll call it a multi-pocket item. That one I did for mysteries for MS for Mondays with the blue washi tape. And used an envelope. Okay. I've made a belly band, a vertical belly band. Wallet pocket. Maybe that's what I decided to call it, and then you can do it either direction. Then you got wraparound item. A matchbook, a mini notebook. Now you guys are like, you should have just done all your thinking off screen. Oh, journal topper. I'm not going to count that because I did count it as flowers, so I'm not going to count that separate as a journal topper. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, let's see. A pocket with a belly band. So could you take an envelope? Not that one, because you see my name. Yeah, an old. Or oh, Riley. Okay, let's. Okay, I also have this just bag of painty paper, cards and stuff. And what if we? I was playing with the blue paint. What if we made a pocket? How do you make a pocket with a belly band? What does that look like? I don't know. I feel like I need vintage pictures here, stickers. I keep finding more of this kit. There's some tags. There's this little one of these in there. Okay. All right, let me go think. I'll be back. Okay, I think I'm gonna real quick make a library pocket page. So using this fine looking roll off paper when I did jelly prints. And okay. I'm not measuring anything other than by eyeball here. Hazel asked that question last night. Do you measure things? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And if it's a grungy journal, you probably don't need to measure anything, would be my guess. Okay, so I need slight measuring here. So let's say the tag is 3 inches wide. Well, you probably want to make this a little wider to fit in. So let's say 3.5. Okay, well then you need little sides on it to bend around. So 3 3/4. Then you're only folding 1/4 of an inch. Kind of tight. Let's do 3.5, 4 1/4. Okay, that's our width. And how tall do I want it? Let's see, how does that look? 4 inches tall. Where's this gonna be? Narrower than this. I do 4. Then it's actually gonna be shorter because you're gonna fold under, say, 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch. So it ends up being about that tall. Okay. Let's see how this goes. All right. Maybe I need to score this thing here. Which one? Let's use the Martha Stewart one. Shall we? And foam folder. This is not the correct one for it, but does it matter? I don't think so. Okay. Do I want it to look like that? And that's folded under mostly. Let's do that. Okay, I want like a 1/2 inch ish. That's gonna fold under like that. Okay, and then a 1/2 inch on each side. Oops, sorry. Leaves me with a 3-inch pocket that I wanted bigger than that. My math didn't math right. Okay, let's do 1/4 of an inch. 1/4 of an inch. Oh, sorry. Avalanche. I was getting ready to happen. Butterflies wanted to be in on this gig today. Not today, butterfly. Okay, let's try that smaller lip. Or you could even do a smaller and a bigger, couldn't I? That makes it 3.5, which is what I wanted. All right, and then that. So there's your pocket. All right, let me miter these corners. So I'm going to go to angle and then add another angle. Nobody's going to see these. Angle, angle, and then I'm going to angle up here to the top. And I probably messed it up over here, so because I cut it wrong. It'll be back in a 3-inch size. So we'll have to make something smaller. Okay, but there you go. If you needed measurements, that's your general rule of thumb. Okay, let's see how that works. Journal, and then we'll call it a video. I'll have to make some stuff and come back and share with you. I like it on that page. I like that it kind of blends in. Oh, maybe we'll make it go this way. And then I'll make 2. I would do some sideways different things. Maggie did that. I think it was last month she did that. Let's put a little thumb notch. Oh, and then what was she doing today? I told her I was going to copy it. Oh, yeah. I'll have to add that. I'll make a video for tomorrow because I really need to finish make it centered, Susan. All right, what I'm going to do is I really want the bottom piece to be on the outside. I don't know if you have a preference or if there is a rule of thumb for that. That's just a little dab of glue just to hold it. Just to hold it in place. And then we're going to glue. I put some on the front just now. That's how I glue. Put it everywhere. Bam, glue. All right. Can you tell I'm enjoying my summer already? I had a nap and everything. Coffee, a nap. I like that. And then here, just random, let's see. Random tag. I will use this. It's a banner piece, but there you go. And then we have it's a stick, but then we'll make some little tags to go in there with some tassels or something on them, twine or whatnot. Okay, stick down. All right, guys. So I'm going to mark that off as a library pocket, library card pocket. I made it. It's not one I bought. Zigzag pocket. All right, I'm going to make other things. And I'll try to do some on video for you for tomorrow. But goodness gracious, I appreciate you joining in and making your stuff. And there's Esta Miller. She posts hers over on Instagram. So we've got, I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody else. I'm bad about that. I don't write. This is why Susan makes lists. I need to write it down. I know there's Tammy. She's the guest collaborator. I've got Trish at Crafting Whimsy, Debbie Reed, Maggie My Scattered Brain, Esther Miller, and like there's some other friends who have done a bit. They may have started their journal. So make sure you tag me because I will not see it if it, because it comes up in my notifications if you tag me. I can also go under mentions. So if you have a channel, make sure you check your mentions tab if you're on your phone so you can see all the videos you've been mentioned in. And yeah, I appreciate you joining in today. And I hope you're working on your journal. And then I hope you, if you didn't have time for May, that you'll have time for June. You're going to love it. All right, guys, I appreciate you and your time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.